Friends, what's up? It's Eric, free NBA daily bets podcast show and on YouTube. My name is Eric. You can find all of my official plays at Twitter at Easy Money Wins. Today was also not a good day. 2 bad days in a row. And I'm a high volume bettor, guys. That means I'm not afraid to touch the board. I'm not afraid to have 30 plays in one day. I live by it. It's proven. I've bet over 4,000, 5,000 bets in the NBA. Okay, I do this nonstop. This is my style. I've won long term over thousands of bets. So I'm down 38 units on the season. I never hide from that shit. You can follow some other guys on Twitter. They don't post their record in their bio. They don't have their units gained in their bio, and they don't have their Excel sheet in their bio. I have all that shit. I'm transparent, and I'm also a long-term winning sports bettor. So if this is your first time playing my plays, this is the time to start betting me, okay? If you haven't tailed me yet, you want to tail me when I'm down, because I will not be down at the end of the season, all right? So let's get into it, guys. We have 14 games. I don't know who's not playing tomorrow. There's 2 teams not playing. I don't know who they are. Everybody else is playing, okay? So let's get into it. And the first game up, we have the Utah Jazz at the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's take a look at the scheduling spot for the Utah Jazz. They're off 2 nice wins, guys. And I called that correctly, even though I did not bet it. I wanted to bet it. I did not bet it. They beat Brooklyn 105-94, and I just said it on that podcast when I was breaking that game down, that they just have more scoring than Brooklyn. And it proved. Like, they won a low-scoring game, 105-94. I had the under in that game. That was one of the few bets that I won on Saturday night. And they just had enough there. Like, Brooklyn can't score, right? So, and then they beat Detroit the game before that. So now they're at Cleveland, okay? And then they play Thursday, so they have 2 days off. Christmas is coming up too. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that real quick too, right? Christmas angle, right? Not necessarily that everybody in the NBA celebrates Christmas. Not necessarily that everyone makes Christmas a big deal. But generally speaking, it is still like something where families come together, per se, because there's time off. So, you know, there is that look ahead, right? There is that spot where, like, hey, families coming together, family in town, perhaps, okay? But in this case, for the Utah Jazz, they're off. But they play Portland next. So maybe they'll probably fly back to Utah. They'll probably fly back to Utah, be able to spend Christmas Day with their families, if that's something, you know, they choose to do. And then they'll fly out to Portland maybe Christmas night or Thursday, December 26th morning. All right, so that's the situation with Utah. Let's take a look at the depth chart real quick. So Keontae George is the only guy on there, and he is questionable with an ankle. He did miss last game, but everyone else is good to go. They're playing good basketball, man. And I tell you, man, Will Hardy, the head coach for Utah, he's not going to let these guys quit, man. He's a very energetic head coach, okay? He's not going to let these guys quit, all right? All right, let's take a look at Cleveland real quick. They just keep winning. They just keep blowing people out. I mean, kudos to the Richmond Spider alum, Kenny Atkinson, the new head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers, just has this group just gelling offensively and defensively, but I mean, especially offensively. Like, I love J.B. Bickerstaff. I think he's great for the Detroit Pistons, the new head coach, formerly Cleveland Cavaliers head coach. But he did not have this offense clicking like this, guys. I mean, my goodness. Hire Kenny Atkinson from Golden State. Cleveland Cavaliers, like, they really look like they could win the East. They look like they may give Boston a run for their money this year, legitimately. All right. So with that said, their next game is Friday, December 27th at Denver. So they're chilling, guys. They're chilling after this game. And I mean, they've been chilling. They've been at home since last Tuesday. Tuesday, December 17th. They've been home. They'll get to spend Christmas in Cleveland. Their families are probably in town going to the game. So, I mean, just looking at it from that angle, like, this is a spot where Cleveland probably comes up and shows out again. So like I'm already thinking over right here. I haven't looked at the lines. I'm about to look at it right now for the first time with you guys. All right, so it's minus 14 and a half, and the over under is 230 and a half. I'm telling you right now, this is going over 230 and a half. I'm fairly confident in that. I'll do my research later, but I'm gonna write this down. Utah, Cleveland over 230 and a half, and then I like Utah plus 14 and a half. I do. I'm telling you guys, like, and also Utah team total over whatever that's gonna be. It'll probably be like 115 minus 7, 107 and a half. It'll probably be 107 and a half. Like, I think Utah clears that. I don't see why they wouldn't clear that. And I mean, like I said, the day before Christmas, or like 2 days before Christmas, like this is also another angle, guys, right? Like, who wants to play? Who wants to play intensity? Who wants to have intensity and play defense in this moment, right? Like, you want to be healthy. You don't want to get out there like pulling a hamstring and feeling bad on Christmas Day. Like, families, I'm telling you guys, these people are human beings. They're not robots, all right? So I can only look Utah plus 14 and a half. And I can only look over 230 and a half. In fact, I'm a little surprised it's only 230 and a half. I feel like it should be more to like 240, honestly. All right, next game up, guys. Next game up. We have the San Antonio Spurs at the Philadelphia 76ers. Let's take a look at the teams' scheduling spots. So the Spurs just came off a really nice. So they've won 4 out of their last 5, and some good, okay, not really good wins. They beat New Orleans, they beat Portland twice, and they beat Atlanta in overtime. All right, so now they're going at Philly. All right, at Philly, they play Christmas Day. So they play Christmas Day at New York. So they won't be with their families. They're kind of on the road. Not kind of. They're on the road. They are on a 4-game road trip. So they're with themselves. I kind of like that. I kind of like that, right? No distractions, no family. Like they're with each other, right? Let's take a look at the injury situation here. Everyone's healthy. Everyone's good to go. So no rest, no back-to-back. Playing well right now. Wemby's just going off right now, guys. My goodness, this guy's just going off. It's against bad competition, though. But still, he's going off. All right, let's take a look at the Philadelphia 76ers. They got smoked at Cleveland. But before that, they've won 6 out of their last 9 games. Okay? And 3 of those were against Charlotte. 1 was against Detroit. Shorthanded Detroit. So they beat a bunch of nobodies, honestly. Shorthanded Orlando team at home. They play Christmas Day as well. They play at Boston. The 76ers do. So both these teams play on Christmas. Not that that's like they get Tuesday off. So no NBA team plays on Tuesday, okay? So let's take a look at the depth chart. Everyone's good to go. Maxey, George, Embiid. I'm telling you right now, I haven't looked at any of the lines for today. I'll just speak like as if it's today. I'm doing this podcast like at 11 o'clock on Sunday night, but let's just say, so Eric Gordon is ruled out, and Ricky Council, the 4th, is questionable. So nothing moving the needle for me. Man, I hope this line is little, guys. I hope this line is like -4 for Philly. I really do. Let's see what it is. It's -5.5. That's a little high. I still like the 76ers a lot. Like, both these teams have won. Both these teams haven't played a lot of stiff competition. 76ers at home. I like that, guys. I do. I like that. I think they're the right side. All right, total 217. I feel like that's a little low. I know the Spurs, they've been scoring. Like, the Spurs have been going over that number a lot recently. The Sixers, let's take a look at the Sixers. I know they're predominantly an under team, but there's been a little scoring there too. I'm going to look at that. I kind of like that over 217 right there. A little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit. Okay, let's keep it going, guys. let's go next game. We got, sorry guys, we got the Rockets at the Hornets. And the scheduling spot for the Rockets, they played today, or yesterday. They played yesterday at Toronto. So this is the second game of a back-to-back for them. They won 114-110, but they were down in the first quarter in the first half. How do I know? Because I bet them first quarter, first half. Part of my really awful day today. Really annoying. I hate when teams just bullshit around in the first quarter, first half, and they're like, "Oh, let's play better because we're better than them now." But that's how it goes, guys. You have to identify that stuff. So, let's see. Wow, a lot of people played a lot of minutes. Fred VanVleet, 38. Dylan Brooks, 37. Jabari Smith Jr., 37. Sengun, 33. Jalen Green, 34. All right, I mean, that's a lot for the starters. I mean, they had to, right? Because they were losing. They had to come back against the freaking Raptors, shorthanded Raptors, without R.J. Barrett, without Jakob Poeltl, without, without a lot of people. So that's their situation. We'll see who plays and who doesn't play for them. For the Hornets, let's check their spot. And then, I mean, for the Rockets, they play New Orleans on Thursday. So I think what the NBA is doing is that they're having these games close so that they can go home for Christmas. So Houston's close to New Orleans in proximity. So Houston will fly back after the game today against Charlotte, and then they'll be home for Christmas, right? And that way Thursday they play Thursday. So that's what the NBA is doing. I mean, it's clear as day. So for Charlotte, let's see, they're on a 4-game losing streak. They play Washington on Thursday at Washington Thursday, so they'll be home for Christmas. I'll be home for Christmas. Okay, let's see who's playing for them. Let's see who's playing for them. So LaMelo is good. So it's just Brandon Miller who's on the injury. Everybody else is good to go. I kind of like Charlotte already, guys. So we need to see. I think Brandon Miller's missed the last 2 games, but everyone else is healthy and they're at home. I kind of like the spot for Charlotte for some reason. I just hope the number's really high. I really hope that number's -8.5 for Houston. Let me see. Let's take a look, guys. Dang, it's only 6.5. So dang, the number came down. So people are really freaking liking Charlotte right now already in the overnight line. So I see a -5.5. It opened +6.5. It's already down to +5.5. I don't know if I like it that much. I wish it was closer to +7, honestly. A home dog +7 with some scoring potential there with a feisty young Hornets team that doesn't know they're that bad and they keep playing. I like the Hornets. Over-under's 216, 217. Let me see here, guys. 217, 216. I don't know. Houston's so weird, man. They played 3 dead nuts under games in a row, and then they scored 133 against New Orleans, and then they total was 224 today against Toronto. And then also Charlotte likes to play a little slower. It's a good line, but Houston on a back-to-back, Christmas the next day. Like I said, these guys are human beings, all right? They don't want to, be a little nicked and knacked up on Christmas morning. They got children. They probably, they got gifts and presents and all that stuff. They want to be in they want their bodies feeling right. I don't think defense is going to be at a premium tomorrow. I mean, today, guys, on Monday. I do not think so. I like the Hornets +5.5. I do, and I like the over 217. I'm looking for overs today. I really am. All right, let's keep it moving, guys. Let's keep it moving. We've got the Boston Celtics at the Orlando Magic. Let's take a look at Boston. We already know Boston's playing on Christmas Day. I don't even know for sure, but I know for sure. Yeah, you're going to have the best team playing on Christmas, no doubt. So they play Philly at home on Christmas. So, and man, once they play Orlando today, they're home until the new year. So they're chilling. So they're going home. They're feeling really good, right? Feeling really, really nice. They're like, all right, cool. I'm home. back in Boston with my family, with my girlfriend, with my wife. Like, we're really enjoying ourselves. Like, we're playing really good basketball. So, like, with me thinking about that, I kind of think, like, in Boston's situation, so, like, I mean, you have to look at these angles from a human psychology standpoint, right? And, like, if I'm Boston, like, we're one of the best teams in the East. I'm ready to go home. We got revenge against the Bulls, playing the Magic. They're very short-handed. I haven't played the Magic yet this season, so this is their first meeting. But still, like, I'm about to go home for Christmas. I'm planning on Christmas. I'm excited about that. Going home, like, for a whole week. Friends, family. I don't know if Boston's going to be that focused for this one, guys. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not sure. Maybe they are. Maybe they're so loose that they're just like a little, like, so loose that they just, like, that thing, like, they just feel in rhythm and in flow, right? So Sam Hauser is the only guy on the injury report. He's questionable. For the Magic, oh gosh, guys. All right, I'm sorry. I got to vent. And this was not even a big bet for me, guys. It's so last game. Sorry, guys. Last game, the Magic beat the Heat. Okay, they were down 20. Let's take a look. I don't even want to relive this shit. They were down like 21 points at the beginning of the fourth quarter. They outscored. This was the fourth quarter box score, guys. Orlando scored 37 points. Miami scored 8. Miami Heat scored 8 points, guys. I had Heat +2. They were up 21 to begin the fourth quarter. I'm telling you right now, I don't think I've ever seen that before. I've seen the Rockets with John Wall not score with like 6.5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. I've never seen that shit before either. But for a team to only score 8 points in the fourth quarter, I don't think I've ever seen that before. I mean, that's really, really freaking crazy. Anyways, let's get back to the game. Let's get back to it. It's in the past. Live and learn. Move on. All right. So the Magic, they finally snapped their 3-game losing streak. They played the Heat on... Dang, do they play the Heat on Christmas Day? Hold on. Let me see, guys. Hold on. Just a second. No, on Thursday. So they don't play on Christmas Day. They're really chilling. They're in the midst of like a 6-game homestand. Let's take a look. Everyone. So there is there's even more injury news on the Orlando Magic. Mo Wagner, the Germans, the W's of E, right? Mo Wagner. He tore his ACL, MCL, whatever it is. He's out for the season. He's gone. So they're without Mo Wagner. The trees. I always call them trees, guys. Like, because these guys are freaking tall, man. The arms outstretching and everything. Like, these guys are tall, man. I call them trees. So they're missing trees, guys. They're missing trees. They're missing Franz Wagner, Mo Wagner, Paulo Banchero, and then also Jalen Suggs is questionable with an ankle, and he did not play against the Heat. So Gary Harris is also questionable. So they got a lot of injury situations going out here, right? They do. So let's take a look at what's going on with the line. So it's Celtics -9.5. Total's 216. Man, I just, again, I don't know the motivation for Boston here. Like, I mean, they're probably looking forward to going home. I don't necessarily know if they're ready to just come out here and win by margin. Kind of lean Orlando, but Orlando's just too high, like, covering point spreads. A little bit. I think they're like at 57%. I mean, they're not that high. And I know Boston's like right at 500, I think. Or no. I think Boston's actually like 45% against the spread. But I'm probably gonna stay off this game. I don't know Boston's motivation. I really don't. That over under 216. I kind of lean over just because I like one or two things are gonna happen. Boston's gonna play really hard, and they're going to score a lot. Or Boston's not going to be playing that hard, and the Magic are going to score a lot, which is going to mean the Celtics are going to score a lot. So either way, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking this over under stuff, but I like the over there. 216. The Magic found scoring without Jalen Suggs last game and Franz Wagner. So I don't know, guys. I kind of like that over. Let's keep it moving. All right, next game up. We got the Brooklyn Nets against the Miami Heat. Brooklyn off a loss to the Jazz, like we just spoke about. This is their third game in a row without Dennis Schroeder. Since the trades rumors circulating among Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, Nick Claxton, the whole freaking team, guys, the whole freaking team. Now, this is the start of a 2-game road trip. Their next game will be Thursday at Milwaukee. Let's take a look at the depth chart for the Brooklyn Nets. I've been on this podcast a lot, guys, talking about the Brooklyn Nets and, like, their backups. Like, I'm telling you right now, like, Keon Johnson, Tyrese Martin, Jalen Wilson, Shake Milton, like, Noah Clowney, Day'Ron Sharpe. Like, these guys aren't quitters. These guys aren't punks. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to go out there and they're going to give a really, really good effort. Now, are they as good as the other team? No, they're not. But, I mean, these guys aren't like, scrubs. They're going to go out there and they're going to give a really, really good professional effort. So Cam Thomas is still out. It looks like Zaire Williams is out. Dorian Finney-Smith is questionable. Yeah, Zaire Williams is out. Cam Thomas is still out. They're probably looking to trade Cam Thomas. They're going to make sure he's like out until the trade deadline, probably. I mean, seriously, my goodness. So that's what we're working with the Brooklyn Nets. Let's take a look at Miami. They're off 2 losses in a row. I think 2. I don't think 3. Oh no, they're off 3. Shit. They lost to the Pistons in overtime. That's right. Then they lost to OKC at home. Then they lost to Orlando. Like I said, like that shit was crazy. That shit was really, really freaking crazy. So they play Thursday at Orlando, like I just mentioned in the previous game breakdown. I mean, like I said, the whole NBA schedule, like Miami will be home for Christmas. Why? Because they play Thursday at Orlando, in-state. Very quick flight to Orlando from Miami. So they're coming home, probably a family in town. They want to put on a good performance. I think this is a Miami spot. I haven't looked at the line. Let's take a look at the line right now. Well, wait, hold on. Let's take a look at the depth chart. I think Jimmy Butler. Okay, so everyone is healthy except for Jimmy Butler. He had that NBA illness, guys. That NBA illness, man. Okay, hold on. Let me pause right now. If you're listening this far into the podcast, man, hit the freaking like button. Like seriously. Because, like, you're probably laughing with me right now because the NBA illness, like, it's prevalent. I don't know what's going on in the NBA. I don't know what's going on. And I don't know. They're sick. They're ill. They're missing games because of it. And the crazy thing is, Jimmy Butler tried to play through it against OKC, and he had to leave the game 7 minutes in. 7 minutes into the game, he had to leave. Like this illness is legit. I don't know what's going on with it, but people are sick out here. Okay? So he's questionable. He's questionable with the illness. All right. Kevin Love is probable. Josh Richardson's ruled out. I don't care about Josh Richardson. But yeah, follow me on Twitter at EasyMoneyWins. Drop a like. Drop a comment. I love y'all. I will make you money. I'm telling y'all. If you're listening this far in, come on. I'm 23 minutes into the podcast, guys. 23 minutes into the YouTube show. If you're listening this far, do yourself a favor. Start playing my plays and win some money. All right, let's go. Let's take a look at the line. I hope this line's below 10. Please be below 10. Oh, it's below 10. Oh, let's go, friends. We got -8.5. Oh no, we gotta hit that. We gotta hit that tonight. I gotta hit that before I go to bed. I talk about this all the time. Like I'm gonna hit this stuff. I'm gonna touch this line before I go to bed. But like this one, we really gotta hit, guys. I don't know. As I'm saying that, I'm like, damn, the Brooklyn Nets, like, they're kind of feisty, right? They're kind of feisty. Like, Miami. The over-under's at 213. I'm telling you, man, Miami's going to win this game, guys. I don't believe in teasing NBA games, but I don't know. Miami's going to win this game, guys. That is what I do know. That is what I do know. The money line is minus 345, minus 370 at some places. I'm not opposed to that, honestly. I'm really not. Like, laying 3.7 units to win 1 unit. I'm not opposed to that. I'm really not. I might play that, guys. Minus 8. I don't know why, guys. I'm sorry. I really don't know why I'm giving Brooklyn so much credit. I don't know, but it just feels like Brooklyn can cover that. I love Miami first quarter, first half though. I love that. It'll be like minus 2.5 and minus 5. I love that. All right, next game up, guys. Next game up. We've got the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Atlanta Hawks. Minnesota's a freaking mess. They really are, guys. They really are. I mean, Anthony Edwards. See, this is the kind of thing, right? This is the kind of thing. I'm not trying to talk shit on Anthony Edwards, but Anthony Edwards is kind of that guy that just like runs his mouth all the time, and it's like it sounds good because he's saying the right thing, but then you also got to know he's just a talker. Like, the guy just likes to talk. So, like when you have guys that just be like running their mouth talking all the time, it doesn't necessarily always resonate, you know? So, like, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, right? These guys running their mouth, saying the right stuff, but they're just guys that just run their mouth all the time. Like, that's him. Like, he says the right stuff. He says what you like to hear, but then he's also just a talker, like a storyteller kind of like thing. Like he likes to hear his own voice. Like, it doesn't mean it's necessarily resonating all the time. Like, just because you say the right stuff doesn't necessarily mean it's resonating with the team. And, you know, because like when you hear somebody talk, oh, he's just talking. He's just talking. You know what I'm saying? He's just talking. But I say that because he's been calling people out and all this and all that. But, you know, they're in the midst of a 2-game losing streak, a 2-game home losing streak, right? They lost to New York, lost to Golden State, 2 worthy opponents. You know, they're not playing awful. They're just not in rhythm. This Minnesota Timberwolves team, they're not in rhythm. They've won 6 out of the last 9 games. They're 2-3 in their last 5. But even before that, they lost 4 in a row. They took a team to overtime. They lost to Boston by 2 on the road. Like, I mean, this Timberwolves team is like, I don't know, guys. They're like driving me freaking crazy right now. That's what they're doing. They do play on Christmas. They play at Dallas, the team that they lost to, and they lost to Dallas already earlier in the season. So let's take a look at the depth chart. With all that said, let's take a look at the depth chart. The depth chart is healthy, very healthy, except for Joe Ingles. Let's take a look at Atlanta. Trae Young did not play the other game. And, guys, I'm sorry. I'm really, 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 really sorry, guys. I'm really sorry, man. I jumped the gun the other day and bet the Atlanta Hawks really, really quickly. I should not have done that because then once he was ruled out, Trae Young was ruled out against the Memphis Grizzlies, I would have bet. I mean, I did. I hedged out of my Atlanta Hawks bet, and I did bet the Memphis Grizzlies. But if I didn't do that, I was like emotionally invested with the Hawks, and like I was just like, I don't want to be like, I don't know. I was in my head. I should have bet the Grizzlies and like against the Hawks and like bet the Grizzlies. That's what I should have done. And like, I'm sorry, guys. I've learned. I'm gonna wait till these starting lineups are out. Like, I'm not fooling around with the NBA injury report. I'm just not doing that shit. So let's take a look at Atlanta. They've lost 3 in a row after they had won 7 out of their last 8. They've won 7 out of their last 11. But again, they've lost 4 out of their last 5 games. So they're not in good rhythm. They haven't had Trae Young for just the last game. They're in the midst of a 4-game homestand, and they play Chicago on Thursday. So this is a good spot for them, right? It's a good spot for them. They're off 3 losses in a row. Trae Young is questionable, I believe. Bodoggy. That's what I call him, guys. Bodoggy. And Onyike Okongwu. He's on there too. Let's take a look at their status. So Bogdan is questionable. Trae Young is questionable. Okongwu is out for a while, it looks like. Yeah, he's going to miss the next 3 or 4 games or something like that. So Trae Young's questionable. We need to see if he plays, right? Because he's the key, guys. I mean, so look. Trae Young didn't play against Boston earlier in the year, and the Hawks won at Boston somehow, some way. I don't even know how that happened. Only Boston, right? Only Boston would do that shit. But then the last game they played against Memphis without Ja Morant, and they got smoked at home. So, I mean, they got smoked. That final score does not do it justice to how badly they got smoked. So, I mean, if there's no Trae Young, they're going to get smoked again. Let's be real. Let's be real. So, let's take a look at the line. It's Timberwolves -4. I kind of like that, even if Trae Young does play. I don't know. That Timberwolves team, I might have to let that go, guys. I mean, and then also it's hard betting these over-unders. Oh my gosh, the over-under is only 221. That's crazy. That's really crazy. It's at 222 now. But this is the thing. Atlanta doesn't play any defense. So even though the Timberwolves might play defense, they're going to be able to score. So it's like it's like conflicting, on both sides. So it's like, yeah, the Timberwolves might play good defense, but on the other side, the Hawks aren't going to play good defense. So the Timberwolves could score 120 just because the Hawks don't play any defense. And then that'll drag the Hawks along. So over-underwise, so the Hawks don't play any defense, the Hawks will score because the Timberwolves will be so up, and then they'll probably be blowing them out, and then the Hawks will just be scoring because I can only look over 221 right there, 222, whatever it is, whatever you're shopping at. So, yeah, that's that. Let's keep it moving, guys. Let's keep it moving. Next game up, we got the Toronto Raptors at the New York Knicks. Let's take a look at what's going on with the Raptors. Yeah, they played today, like I said. They gave it a good run without a lot of their key guys. They've lost 7 games in a row. Next game up is against Memphis Grizzlies. Let's take a look at how many minutes they all played today. They probably played a lot because it was a close game. Yeah, Scotty Barnes logged 39 minutes. Ochai Agbaji, 32. Grady Dick, 31. Other than that, Jamal Sheed, 33 minutes. I didn't even know he was getting burned like that. So, yeah, a little bit here and there. R.J. Barrett used to play with the Knicks, so I don't know. We'll see if he plays. He was out today. We'll see if he plays. We'll see if Jakob Poeltl plays too. Some stuff to track. Some stuff to track for sure for the Raptors. Now, the Knicks, they played on Saturday against the Pelicans. They've won 3 games in a row. They are returning home off this 3-game road trip. They play the Spurs on Christmas Day, and then they go out on a 3-game road trip to Orlando and Washington. So nothing too crazy for them. And then they're home beginning of January for a long time. So, a kind of a little bit of an exhale spot, so to say. Let's take a look at the depth chart and the injury situation going on with the Knicks. Nobody on it. So they're good to go, guys. They're good to go. I can only look Knicks here, guys. I mean, let's take a look here. I mean, damn, they got it -14. This is like my new thing this year, guys. I'm trying not to be scared of these big spreads. I'm really, really trying not to worry about it. I mean, -14's a lot, but I don't know. Are the Knicks going to be really up for this game? Play the Spurs on Christmas Day. Off 3 wins. These two teams just played too. I forgot about that. These two teams just played last week, and the Knicks barely won. I had the Raptors in that one. I had this one correctly. On Monday, December 9th, they only won by 5. So I don't know. I want to see who's playing for Toronto. I kind of think that number's too high. And the other thing is Toronto's scrappy. Like they're not going to quit. They're not going to quit, guys. Over under is at 227 and a half. Let's see. Sorry, I'm not trying to sound like a broken record. Toronto on a back-to-back. Knicks not taking them seriously. They just beat them. Like they don't respect the Raptors, guys. They don't respect them. Like I think that's going over. I think it's going over. Let me take a look at the Knicks. I mean, they played defense against the Pelicans, but then also it's not necessarily defense because the Pelicans just can't score. And then they played the Magic. Magic can't score. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. Minnesota, they can't score. So, like, they've gone under in, like, 4 out of their last 5 games. Now they're at home. I think that's going over, guys. I mean, I know I keep saying that, but this one I actually really like going over. I'm going to have to take a look into that. I kind of like that a lot. And Raptors plus 14. I just don't think the Knicks are going to take this game that seriously. I don't. All right, let's move on, guys. Let's move on. Next game. We got the Milwaukee Bucks at the Chicago Bulls. I think Dame Lillard's out in this one too. It's crazy, guys. He played in the NBA Cup game in the championship. He didn't look that hurt. He didn't look that hurt to me. When I was watching it, he looked good. Giannis is questionable, and he did not play the last game against the Wizards, so he's questionable. Damian Lillard is doubtful. Chris Middleton is probable. Let's take a look at the schedule. They beat the Wizards by margin last game. That's not saying anything. Even though they were shorthanded, they still beat them by... See, this is crazy. They only beat them by 11, and the spread was like 11.5 when it opened. So if you bet Washington out the gate, you won money. If you bet them plus 8.5 like me, you lost money. That matters sometimes, guys. It matters sometimes. Unfortunately for me, last game, it did matter. So they've won a lot. I mean, they've won a lot, guys. They've only lost 4 games in their last, like, 20. Or no, 4 games in their last, like, 15 games or something like that. So they're balling. They're balling. They play Thursday at home. They're off Christmas. They play Brooklyn at home. So, like, they're not even thinking about Brooklyn. This is kind of a little small focus spot a little bit. They beat Chicago and they've lost to Chicago. So this was all at home. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. 3rd game off the NBA Cup champion victory. Got some guys. I mean, obviously we need to know if Giannis is going to play. That really determines everything. But also, guys, also, when Dame Lillard misses the games go under, and the Bucks don't play well. So Giannis really facilitates. Giannis assists. Like if you do player props, if Giannis plays and Dame does not play, Giannis assists go up. They just do. I don't even play props, but I did my research on this like a couple days ago, and I noticed it. Like Giannis's assists go up. Let's take a look at the depth chart for the Bulls. Everyone's good to go except Josh Giddey is questionable with his ankle. Apparently he really hurt that thing because he's missed like the last 2 or 3 games, so I don't know if he's going to play or not. They just got smoked by the Celtics after they beat the Celtics, so they won 3 out of their last 4 games. They play Thursday at Atlanta. So, man, I don't know what this line is, guys. I like the Bulls, though. I like the Bulls here. Let's take a look. Damn. Got -1.5 for the Bucks. I mean, that's telling me Giannis isn't playing right now. I mean, if Giannis is playing or has a chance of playing, like, why would the Bulls be a pick 'em? And see, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, guys. This is how corrupt this shit is, guys. The books know. Like, the books are talking to, like, the NBA injury people, and they're saying, like, hey, Giannis is really doubtful. Like, he's not playing. Like, put the line there. Because if Giannis plays in this game, like, this line should be -4 at least, right? Like, -4, -4. But with -1.5, that's I mean, to me at least, that's showing me that Giannis probably isn't playing in this game, in my opinion. Because I mean, the Bulls aren't that great of a team, so I mean, I need to see if Giannis doesn't play. I do like the Bulls here. I do like the Bulls. I like the Bulls off a loss. You know, they haven't beaten a lot of anybody's, but they did beat the Celtics two games ago. Coming off a loss. Milwaukee's still feeling good. Chicago plays, like I said, at Atlanta. Yeah, I like that. Let's take a look at the over-under. We already know the Bulls play fast. 237? Damn. I mean, if Giannis isn't playing, I like the under there. I don't trust Milwaukee to score a lot. I really don't. Without, I mean, shoot, they only scored 112 last game against the Wizards. The Wizards don't play defense. The Wizards play fast. So, like, and they were at home. So, like, Milwaukee, you know, teams shoot better at home. That's just a fact. So, them on the road, like, I don't think they're getting to 120. I mean, that's what they'd have to get to. They'd have to get to, like, 118, 119. I don't see that shit. I mean, if you want to bet Milwaukee Bucks team total under, I like that look. But I like Bulls first quarter, first half, full game. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, next game up, we got the Clippers, Los Angeles Clippers, at the Memphis Grizzlies. Let's take a look at the Clippers. The Clippers just lost to the Mavericks, but they beat the Mavericks the game before that. They've kind of been back and forth. They've been battling. They've been losing to good teams. They beat Dallas, lost to Dallas. They really haven't beaten a lot of good teams recently, guys. They've been losing to good teams. They played Friday at Golden State, so they're off for a while after this game. Take a look at the injuries. Looks like nobody's on there, guys. Looks like everyone's good to go except for Terrence Mann, but he's been out. So they're healthy. They're good to go. They're good to go. And they play Friday at Golden State. Memphis, they're at Memphis. This is a big game for them. This is a big game for Memphis. Memphis, Ja Morant is off the injury report. I think Marcus Smart is doubtful. Let's take a look at Marcus Smart. He's out. He's already out. He's out with his little finger injury. That doesn't mean anything to me. They got Scottie Pippen Jr., Luke Kennard, Jake LaRavia, Santi Aldama, Brandon Clark. I mean, that bench is legit, guys. I mean, no, that bench is legit. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like that bench could beat the Wizards. You start those five guys. I mean, a lot of people could beat the Wizards, but I'm saying you start those five guys even against the Hornets. They're going to give the Hornets a run for the money, if not beat them. All right, so yeah, Memphis, they're at home. They're so damn good at home, guys. They're 20-9 on the regular season. Like, all they're doing is just winning right now. Like, I've been saying on this podcast, they're a problem. They're a problem. And they just score a lot of freaking points. So they play Toronto at home on Thursday. That's an Eastern Conference opponent. And then they play the Pelicans on Friday. Like they're not worried about anybody. This is a big game for them. The Clippers are kind of a formidable opponent. I like points already, guys. I hope this. I bet this totals at like 233. I haven't looked at it yet. Let's see what it's at. I bet it's at like 233 because the Clippers are a little bit of an under team, and I think that'll give us some good value on the over here. Let's see. Oh wait, did I look at the Clippers? Yeah. I looked at the Clippers already. Okay, let's take a look here. Is it 232? I'm telling you guys, like, I know I've been sucking and losing bets in the NBA, but I know how to pick a line, guys. I know what these books can set these lines at. And I said 233. It's a 232.5 right now. I like it over. I really do like that over. Like Memphis only plays fast. The Clippers can shoot now. They can score too if they want to. They try not to, but they can. The line's at -5. I like Memphis, guys. It's just Memphis has been too damn good at home covering the spreads. Like, I just get a little worried about that stuff. Like because you just don't keep covering at home. Well, not home, but you just don't keep covering first quarter, first half at the rate that the Grizzlies are doing it. I think they've only not covered like 3 first quarter, first halves in like the whole season so far. Like, that's their style though. They're just so damn good at that. Like, there's just a couple of situations I don't fade or don't bet against. I am not betting against the Grizzlies at home in the first quarter, first half. I'm not doing that. Like that, you're going to lose money doing that. So, I might need to look into that, guys. Why would they not? Why would they not cover against the Clippers, right? Seriously. Have these two teams played yet this season? No, it's the first time they're playing this season. I can only look Grizzlies, guys. I can only look Grizzlies there and over. All right, next game up. We got the Washington Wizards at the OKC Thunder. Let's take a look at the Wiz Kids. Like I said, they lost to Milwaukee, but then they beat Charlotte the game before that. Let's not spend too much time on this game. They're at home against Charlotte on Thursday. Injury report for the Wizards. Kuzma is out. Coulibaly, he's questionable. Everybody else is good to go. For the Thunder, let's take a look. They've won 2 in a row. They had Saturday and Sunday off. They don't play again until Thursday at Indiana. They're home. They're chilling right now. They're chilling. Excuse me. They're chilling. They play the Wizards yet this season? No. They're chilling. They don't give a damn about this game, guys. They don't give a damn about this game. They know that they're going to go out there and smoke them. Everyone's healthy. Oh my gosh, guys. This line probably like -18, -17. I haven't looked at it, of course. I have not looked at it. I'm going to guess -17. That's what I think they have it at. Let's take a look. It's -18.5. Damn. Over unders at 222. And the Thunder play defense, but then also the Wizards don't play defense. So it's like, man. I hate these Wizards games so much. I just feel like I can't even bet them. I don't even know which way to look, guys. Like, I think the Wizards get freaking smoked. But smoked by 20 plus? Sure. But do the Thunder care enough? I don't know. 222.5. Over under is going to be what? It's going to be 111 plus 9, so 119.5 for the Thunder, and it'll be like 101.5 for the Wizards. So, like, can the Wizards get to 102 points? I think so. Let's take a look at what they're scoring. So they only scored 101 last game. They scored 105 at Cleveland, 87 at Cleveland, 114 at Milwaukee. I don't know, guys. Let's skip this shit. I'm so done. Wizards, man. Like, honestly, you need to start just regulating. Like, just straight do it like soccer in the Premier League. Just soccer in general. Like the 2 worst teams, or no, just do the worst team in the NBA, because there's always just one trash ass team. Just regulate them. Just put them into like some, I don't even know. Just like, Wizards don't belong in the NBA, straight up. They're that shitty. All right, next game up, we got the Portland Trail Blazers at the Dallas Mavericks. Let's take a look here. So Portland got smoked at San Antonio. So they play well at home, guys, but they don't play well on the road. They give some good efforts on the road, but generally they're not a very good road team. They play at home Thursday, December 26th. Hell no, the NBA isn't putting the Portland Trailblazers on Christmas. Everyone's healthy, except Delano Banton. It's questionable. He did not play last game. Delano's a nice bench player, though. I'm not going to hate on Delano. He tries really hard. He can get a little hot, too, from three-point land. Man, I kind of like the Trailblazers roster. It's just they're so spotty with when they actually show up or not. Let me see here. Let's take a look with Dallas. I know Luka Doncic is questionable. He hasn't played for like the past 2 games. See, they do play Christmas against the Timberwolves at home. They play Portland. Yeah, they played Portland on December 1st. They beat them by 6. And then, okay, so they already played them. The game went flying over the total. Let's take a look at the injury situation. We got Luke. Everyone's good to go except for Jaden Hardy. He is already ruled out. And then Luka is questionable. So everyone's good to go. This line probably like minus 15. No way. It's only minus 9.5. Oh, it's already up to minus 10 though. That's tough. I don't think Dallas is motivated for this game. I don't know. I kind of like the Trailblazers plus 10. Kind of like them plus 10. Over-unders 228.5. Again, I'm not looking for unders tomorrow, guys. I'm not. And I usually try to look for unders, but I'm not looking for unders tomorrow. If Luka plays, I can understand the under. If Luka does not play, I like the over with Kyrie. I really do. So, yeah, that's the only way I'm looking for that game. Okay, next game up. Got the Phoenix Suns at the Denver Nuggets. Now, these two teams do play on Christmas Day back in Phoenix. They're at Denver today. Phoenix has lost 2 in a row. Devin Booker is out for this game and I believe the Christmas game too. Let's take a look. Yeah. Oh, Grayson Allen's on the injury report too. Let's see what Grayson Allen, what's going on. He's ruled out too. So Devin Booker, he's out the next 2 games. And then Grayson Allen's ruled out too. Now, the Denver Nuggets, they played today at New Orleans and won in overtime by 3 points. Of course, the Pelicans would cover the day after I bet them heavy. Of course they would. Let's take a look at how many minutes they played. The Denver Nuggets in overtime. With a little bit of travel from New Orleans to Denver, that's a good amount of travel, guys. That's a good 2-hour plane flight, I think. Damn. Jokic played 43, Jamal Murray 41, Christian Braun 39, Aaron Gordon 35. Damn, they only played Michael Porter Jr. 23 minutes? Why? Russell Westbrook 36 minutes. Damn, how old is Russell Westbrook, guys? Play 36 minutes? How old is Russ? He's 36 years old, man. Hey, man, Russ gets a lot of hate. Russ is like, he's a legend, man. I mean, say what you want. Like, yeah, he has some out-of-control turnovers late in his life, but this guy's career stats, he's averaged 21 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, 1.6 steals a game. He's also averaged 4 turnovers a game. That's awful. Awful. Man, Russell Westbrook, man, that guy's a legend, man. I don't care what anybody says. Let's take a look at the line. No freaking way. Are you kidding me? Plus 6.5? No, I'm sorry. I gotta bet that right now. Why the heck are the Nuggets minus 6.5 point favorites right now? There's no way this is a real line. At DraftKings is plus 7. Hold on. What am I missing right here? What am I missing? Like, they just played overtime. I know it's in Denver, but no way this is plus 7 right now. Oh my gosh, it's plus 7. Okay, well, that's going to be a 5-unit play for me because the Nuggets with travel, playing overtime, heavy minutes, like, they're not looking to blow out the Suns. They're looking to just beat the Suns. They're tired. They're traveling. They play this team again. Like, if they beat them by 8 points, hey man, hats off to them. Like y'all really y'all can take that. That's fine. I won't even be mad. I won't even be mad. Like, go ahead. You can take my money. Like, seriously, you can take my money. I mean, look at these games, guys. They beat the Kings by 1 point. They lost to Portland, and then they beat the Pelicans by 3 points. I mean, those are the last 3 games. Like, I don't see them beating the Suns by 8 points. I don't see that. Like, Kevin Durant, there's no injury designation for him. So, like, what the heck is going on? Bradley Beal's playing. Tyus Jones. Like, guys, what the heck is going on here? This is a max bet. Like, plus 7? Are you freaking kidding me? It makes no sense. I'm almost afraid to bet it because it's like Kevin Durant's probably out. Like, that's the only way I can see this line being plus 7. I'm what? Am I living in an alternate universe right now? Like, what the heck is going on? Like, Phoenix Suns plus 7? That's a max bet, guys. That's a 5-unit play. It's a 5-unit play. The total is 233. I mean, I can't blame you if you want to bet the Suns over their team total, too. Like, it'll be 117 minus 3, be minus 114.5. I mean, it'll probably be 114.5. So the Suns get to like 115. Is that right? Yeah, 115 to like 119 is what they think it's going to be. No, that's not right. 113. It might be 112.5. That is crazy. Why am I saying it's that crazy, guys? Why? Because the Phoenix Suns have lost 2 games in a row. They've lost 2 games in a row. They're not, I mean, yeah, they've looked bad in them, but oh my gosh, guys, that is a max play for me. I'm excited. I'm excited already. All right, let's look at the next game. Next game up, we got the Indiana Pacers at the Golden State Warriors. Warriors off that nice win at Minnesota. And then Indiana's off 4 wins in a row. And they've won 3 road games during this 4-game win streak. And they've beaten some good teams in the process. Philadelphia with a full Philadelphia squad. Phoenix, Sacramento today. I know Sacramento was off a back-to-back. They play Thursday at home against OKC. Let's take a look at the minutes logged for... Damn, they didn't play anybody in the fourth quarter. Halliburton played 31, Benedict Mathurin 30 minutes, and then everybody else less than 30 minutes. And then travel from Sacramento to Golden State is nothing. So that's like a 45-minute bus ride. An hour bus ride, hour 30 to San Francisco to the other side of the bay. I'm going back to the bay. Let's take a look at Golden State here. So they played awful, guys. They have 3 wins in their last 11 games. It's awful. Awful. They play, so they're, okay. I said this in the last podcast. This is the time to bet the Golden State Warriors. And I'm mad that they beat the Timberwolves. I'm really mad about that because then this game would have been a bet on. Next game would have been a bet on. Every single freaking game and going forward is a bet on for the Golden State Warriors, guys. It is a bet on. Okay, they're at home. Dennis Schroeder's played 2 games with them. They're off momentum. Let's take a look at the injury report. So everyone's good to go except for Moses Moody and Draymond Green. Draymond Green is questionable and Moses Moody is questionable. I want Draymond in there. I do really want Draymond in there against Siakam and Miles Turner. I really do want him in there. I do. Let's take a look at the line. Holy shit. No way. You got the Warriors -5.5? Why? I hate this. I hate the bookmakers sometimes. I really do. Like, Indiana's won 4 in a row. They barely played anybody last game. Are the Warriors going to win this game? Yes, they're going to win this game most likely. But, are they going to win by 6 or more? To a pretty rested Pacers team that barely played 30 minutes today? With very minimal travel and played at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? West Coast time? And then they, literally, they got done at 6. They got to their hotels in San Francisco probably about 9 o'clock at the latest. West Coast time. Why are they +5.5? That's freaking crazy. I can only look Pacers, and I don't want to bet the Pacers +5.5. I don't. I want to bet the Warriors. I get so pissed off with this shit, man. Because, I want to bet the Warriors, but the line is not telling me this is a Warriors line. This makes no sense. This line should be -2.5, -4. Maybe -4 at the most for the Warriors. But that's annoying. That's really annoying. I want to bet the Warriors. But regardless, first quarter, first half, shorter numbers. I do like the Warriors. I do like the Warriors there. All right. Totals at 231. Warriors have been playing defense. They've been in a shooting slump, kind of. Only looking overs for today, guys. I'm only looking at overs today. That's the only way I'm looking. I'm going to be selective in how I bet the overs today. Okay, last game up, guys. Last game. I appreciate you guys listening to the podcast. I know I've been sucking, but it's going to turn around. You're going to start winning money. I'm going to start winning money. I'm excited about it. I'm about to go on a run, guys. I'm about to go on a run. All right, Pistons at the Lakers. Detroit has won 3 out of their last 5, including 2 on the road. They are at Sacramento on Thursday, so they're going to have a West Coast Christmas, a California Christmas. They won at Phoenix. They're healthy, except for Isaiah Stewart, the backup center. He's already ruled out. For the Lakers have won 3 games in a row. They've won 3 games in a row. They're playing well right now, guys. They are playing well. Yeah, they're in good form. They had their little losing spree from November 21st to December 6th. And then from December 8th, they've won 4 out of their last 5 games. Playing really, really good basketball right now, guys. Beat Memphis, beat Sacramento 2 games in a row. I mean, that's hard to do, guys. It's really hard to do. That means, what that shows me, even though Sacramento's a mess right now, it's still a healthy Sacramento squad that they beat twice. And there's a lot of prideful guys over at Sacramento. That's hard to do in the NBA. On the road, that's hard to do. So, let's take a look at the injury situation. So LeBron's questionable. Anthony Davis is questionable. I think that's it. Austin Reeves, hip or oblique or pelvis, whatever it is healthy now. Yeah, they're good. They're good, guys. They are good. So let's take a look at the line now. Let's take a look at the line. Both these teams are kind of hot. -5, Lakers, really? See, the Pistons are playing really, really damn good, but I want to bet both sides. I hate when this happens, guys. I just want to bet one side. I want a +7. Just hang the +7 so I can bet the Pistons. Because at -5, I want to bet the Lakers. What's the over/under? 224. Ooh, I like that a lot. I like that going over. I think that one. Well, the only thing is the Lakers have been playing defense, and JJ Redick's been like really happy with how the defense has looked. I know the Lakers play on Christmas. Yeah, they play at Golden State. Oh, they lost to Detroit too, guys. They lost to Detroit on November 4th. Oh, they're gonna want to beat Detroit. They're gonna want to beat Detroit. I think they get up for this game a little bit, guys. I think they get up for this game a little bit because they lost to Detroit already this season. This is the last meeting between these two teams this season because it's an Eastern Conference team against a Western Conference team. I think they have a little something for the Detroit Pistons today. I can only look Lakers. That over/under 224. Man, they played really good defense the last 5 games, guys. The Lakers have played really good defense. Detroit team total under might be in play. I don't want to bet unders today. I don't want to do it. Not the day before or 2 days before Christmas. I don't want to do that. I can only look Lakers, guys. I can only look Lakers there. All right, guys. That is the show. I want to say happy holidays to all you guys. The next NBA podcast will be the Christmas Day podcast. And happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Happy holidays, guys. Happy holidays. I know if you're listening this far in, like I really, really do appreciate you guys because that means you guys really value what I'm saying. I promise at the end of the year, at the end of the season in June and in May, I will be up. I will be winning. Okay? Believe that. Believe that, all right? I already believe it in my heart that I will be up in June and May. I will have a winning NBA season, okay? So stay the course. Stay the process. These tough times, like they say, man, tough times don't last. Tough people do. I'm built for this shit. I will be winning. I'm a winning sports bettor. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next show.